All right. You're muted, Tim, but I could hear the intro. There
That's
you are.
that's it's a good thing I was muted. My alarm started going off. It's time to start the show.
Good timing.
Well, welcome everybody. It's Thursday evening, 7 p.m. We are live with the founder of Liberty Aid Academy, John McCaig, and big news. I believe we are also streaming live on Rumble.
That's
How about that?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there it is. That if you aren't watching us on, well, you'd have to be watching us on YouTube. If you need another choice of where to go, if you've got friends that have accounts over there on Rumble, you can find us over there on Rumble, rumble.com/user/Liberty Aid Academy. Very exciting stuff, isn't it? Congratulations on spreading out the network there.
Thank you. Yeah, we're we're doing a lot of things right now. Rumble has been going on and it's working, so I'm glad Tammy got the word out. Fantastic.
Yes. That's what I was looking for.
Yes.
I was looking for that information. So hopefully we're live over there. But if not, that's where you can watch the replays if that's more convenient for you.
That's
Wherever you're
fantastic.
watching this one.
There. Yeah, we had our marketing information there. Tammy must have done this, and she's amazing. Thank you, Tammy.
Yes.
That's so great. We're doing a lot marketing wise.
Yep.
We're doing something we've never done before, and it's in response to how much money we've had to pay in paid advertising.
Right.
We terminated paying them a penny. No more money to them right now, and which turns off the clock, and it turns off 2/3 of our expenses, which is insanity, because I'm keeping on having to pass on the Google and Meta bills to the students, and it's
right.
It got out of control to where it was, $3,000. Like, so what? In a drastic move, we all new courses, best work I've ever done. We cut the price back to pre-COVID levels of 1997. I can't say it's going to last forever. Okay. I can't. I'd like it to. So we're going to spend time changing our marketing over the next month, couple months, etc. Basically applying our time and expertise, reorganizing things so that we get out there. Here's what's happening. There are only two platforms that allow paid marketing for us: Meta and Google. And they're not treating us fairly in either place. But what we realize is, okay, we have more tools now. We're going to do it. We have a plan. It takes time to put it in place. Like, as soon as I reorganize a school, that means a website has to be reorganized. That means, so much stuff has to happen. So we're going to do a big reorganization of that stuff, and like an upgrade that matches the information upgrade. This upgrade, all the information is not going to change. There's no upgrading of the information. The schoolwork, all that, top tier, it's perfect. Okay. I'm only talking about the marketing. Like, if you would become a student, today's the day, because it's super discounted. And we're going to work through this and not pay Meta, not pay Google a penny, because, and here's another bottom line as to why we're not going to do that, why we retool. Because the way that, the spiders out there like Google find things is by your URL. So our courses are going to change names, hence their URL is going to change. Hence, we got to go through all this SEO after we reorganize so that we're properly visible to the spiders,
Yep.
And it takes a really long time and a bunch of effort and some outside help. So I can't super discount it. I have to pay to get all this done. But what I'm not going to pay is Meta and Google in the process. I'm not going to pay them a penny, nothing, zero. And then we're going to retool and do this. It's going to take some time, probably a couple months. But after that, I'm telling you all this because, everyone's out there trying to be seen right now. Okay. What I'm going to do after that, though, once we got that in place, everything, the information, first of all, the school information, you become a student, it's all perfect. Okay. I'm not talking about that. That's perfect.
Mhm.
Just the marketing and the way you view the website stuff, only that stuff, only that stuff. That's it. We're going to make some changes and upgrades and just make it easier to see and understand like a regular university. Uh, but we're not going to be paying Google and Meta,
Right.
while we don't have the updated addresses of the information. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so after that, we only have Google and Meta. So conventional marketing wisdom, I know this is conventional marketing wisdom because everybody tells it to me that I try to work with, not everybody, but almost everybody. And I'm not talking about the people I'm working with here, but outside professionals and stuff. They're all like, keep paying your advertisers so you stay
Right.
up with Google. They all say this. They all say this. Which, if they're all saying it, I have learned they're lying. You see what I'm saying? Let's just
Mhm.
say it. If they're all saying one thing in Marketingville, it's a lie. Okay, so instead, we're going to play Google and Meta against each other every other month. One month, we'll put somebody on Google. After we're all done, right? We'll put somebody on Google, and then yank it. And next
Right.
money, we'll try Meta. You see what I'm saying? And we'll see their results and see who's doing better and stuff like that. We'll just play them against each other month after month like that and hit a sweet spot for them. And then maybe we could do some months with both. I don't know. But mainly playing them against each other will let us really see what does what exactly. So, and I know we have a bunch of people out there like Martin and JB and Didi is so many cool people now telling people about
Yep.
Liberty Academy. They can't completely hide us. So it's not like it's just getting the more money I pay, like nothing happens. Like they just like, ah. So it's like, let's just unplug and pass the savings on to our students directly. My goal isn't like, hey, I want to make a bunch of money. My goal is that you win. I lost everything in a crash.
Yeah.
My family destroyed everything. If I had this information, that would have never happened. Never. It won't happen in your life once you have this. So my goal is not that it's that I could continue helping you do this and your family and stuff because without this, it's desperate out there. It's truly desperate. But with this information, it becomes okay, can have a life, can have a family again, like it's a massive change. So I needed it somehow to stay within what's
Mhm.
comfortable for me and getting feedback from people, like, okay, how, praying about it. Hey, how to make this happen? It's like just pull the plug and let other people sell and retool. Be careful with the money and play against each other. Don't do the conventional wisdom. So
Yes.
I'm telling you what's up, because my goal is, okay, we stay going and stuff like that while we do this marketing. I could keep it super discounted. If the marketing takes this stuff or we could keep our spend low, I could keep the school tuition low. I'm trying to get more people
Right.
this information so you pay less to the government, and the government pays to you. The government stole everything. I don't care about them. I care about you. I care about your family. I don't care about them. I'm rags to riches. When I found out this information, I was homeless. Okay. Now I'm living in two houses, right? One for the wife, one for me. Living in two houses. They're paid for, no mortgage, half-mile walk to literally the best beach in America. So I'm just saying, this without this information, it's desperate. It's desperate. With this information, radical change in your life.
Yes.
So it's more important to me where I am in my life that I discount this and get it to you, not pay Meta and Google. I hate paying them a penny. So that's a massive update. People are chiming in. It's good to hear from everybody.
Somebody on Insta there pinging you?
No, I'm just seeing, I'm blabbing away, and I see people are saying stuff.
All right. Well, we do have some friends that have showed up here.
Yeah.
Almost got 24 people in here already. Frank's here
Excellent.
saying greetings. Scott's in the house. Hi, Jack.
I love your testimonial, Scott. Thank you so much for doing that, buddy. That was awesome. Very
Excellent.
succinct, to the point, and thank you for taking your time to do that. That was very generous. Thank you.
And Scott's adding getting ready to rumble. He likes that.
Radio Rumble. I love it.
Alex in here. Alex
right,
saying hello.
Good to have you.
We got our friend Chris in the house. Hey, I sent an email with some marketing suggestions. Can I give you some great resources for SEO backlinks, or could I come up with a plan if you're interested? Nice.
Thank you for that, for those ideas. We're kind of at the level where we don't keep that in house. We like our time. We don't have the time to do that. We manage. Tammy does an insane amount of work. Like, and her technical expertise is amazing. But we would farm that out 100%. That's not something we have time to do. We're so busy with what we do, with the marketing, with helping students and stuff. So, any other items, and just, I'm sure that your information on backlinks and stuff will be useful, because we do have to hire professionals and stuff to do it. So it's not like, they're going to be doing something different. They're just going to be doing what works. And so your information, I'd appreciate it. Sure. I am not that well grounded in the SEO portion, other than I do understand exactly what's supposed to happen. But we do have a good, like, we're a Shopify, Shopify SEO experts that we've used in the past in India. It's a good firm. And so they're reasonable. Like, the way we hire professionals usually is on Upwork. If you haven't done it, it started out on Fiverr, but that's a mess. Okay, don't go to Fiverr. Go to Upwork, and it's like hiring a professional from all over the world to do specific things that you need professionally, and they're rated, like, on eBay, or on a lot of platforms, but they're really, you get a lot of information on them. They're very specific about what they do and don't do and stuff like that. If you don't use it, it's a great resource that is just a platform to get you to who you need. So I'm glad I brought this up, because I wanted to have these discussions, because my goal is, listen, any business, you may be great at what you do, but if you don't have good marketing, that's just Google, Meta, they have us by the throat, out there. It's incredible. So doing the basics is hyper important, especially before you spend any money on advertising. And it takes time. And you got to turn off the financial clock, while you do it, and just get it right. Because some things, I thought it was going to take this long. It's not like that. It's just, and it takes months. It's just like, there's only so much creative ability people have, and time, and you're working with other companies. So
Pamela Poe in the house says, greetings, John and Tim. Glad to be here. Hope you're having a blessed day. Yes.
I hope you are too, Pam. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. Sometimes you're the only reason this show's running, so it's fantastic. Thank you.
Do you know who this person is? Because that name is a little jumbled for me.
No, but
Ogli?
boy, that is
O
an
Ogliu?
alphabet to match no one else's alphabet. Way to go.
Yes. But hi, John and Tim. Any changes for older members? I think
Oh,
that means like
I mean,
OG members, not
massive, massive. I just did 10 new courses, on 314. And yeah, depending on how old you are, I mean, a couple of years ago, we did a retool with like 6 new courses. Like this thing has really become more like a university course of study, through like your core courses, through your electives, through your graduate studies and case studies and all. Like we're really, yes. I tried to be succinct in each course of study, telling you just what you need to know, nothing extra, and making it really how to. How do you do this? Not a philosophical discussion or whatever. Like, this is how we get it done right now. Open up this and click, click, click. Here's how you do it. That's it. That's each course is really to the point and how you use a trust, not other talks about whatever the topic is, but just how the trust makes this happen and how to do it. That's it. Yeah, massive changes, massive. And we have different upgrades. Like I've mentioned this before, but you email us, contact at libertyaidacademy.org. You email us to upgrade. You just email us, and it's to Tammy. Hey, Tammy, I want to do the upgrade. And so they're different. I'll tell you, they're different. It's very affordable to upgrade, but you get all the new courses, all of them. And so I base it on the upgrade prices on whether you did a testimonial or not, because you're helping us out. You don't have to do a testimonial. That's fine. If you don't do a testimonial, it's a $5.99 upgrade. All the new courses you supported us in the past, I want you to have all the new information, all of it. Plus, we have a forum, the classroom. What? Like, we have so much now. It is amazing. If you're asking that question, it means you're not in the forum. We have hundreds of people in there. So you're not even going to believe what you're missing out on. Anyway, if you don't have testimonial, $5.99 upgrade. If you're like, oh, I'll do a testimonial, you do one, send it to us, $2.99 upgrade. If you have done a testimonial in the past, like, oh, hey, your past did it, I did a testimonial, $2.99 upgrade. Great. If you have an old testimonial and you want to do a new testimonial, $0 to upgrade. People really resonate with the testimonials, so we make it very affordable. You supported us, gave us your tuition. We want you to have the latest, greatest information at very little money. And so, great question. Thanks for asking.
Jay says he loves affordable and that he will email and do the upgrade for sure.
Yeah, it's so Jay is so wealth of information. You're gonna like it.
Alex is giving a high five, hands up, half a clap,
Yeah.
something like that. Matthew Leonard in the house just tried opening an account at Chase Bank today and got denied. The reason was because it's an ecclesiastical trust.
Yeah, some branches of
Yeah.
Chase do that. It's happened. I've heard. Hasn't happened to me. It has to do, in my experience, um, with generally with the expertise of the individual at the branch you go to, usually.
Mhm.
So with Chase, it could make sense to contact them, like the branch in your area, wherever you want to go, and say, "Hey, where's your office where I open up where's the branch where you have somewhere where I can open up a trust?" And they'll be like, "Oh, go over to there." So, Matthew, first of all, the goal, remember, is to get 2 bank accounts at 2 different banks, okay? One at one bank, one at the other bank for your trust. So you gotta back up, and you're like, go on your merry way forever, right? No worries. Get 3, I don't care. Get 4 or 5, I don't care, but get 2, and then you'll never have a problem, you know? So Get two. Stick with the program. Get two different banks. Okay, where you're banking, and in the classroom we got a list in there. Sign in. Oh, these are the ones. Then after you get two, then circle back for Chase. That's what I would do. Not after getting one, but I would get two. You're just like put $10 and $100 in this, do whatever you really want. Chase, circle back, and then try it. That's what I would do after making the phone call. Okay.
Scouts in the House says there are branches which do not have experience with trusts, and their
Yeah.
response is no because they don't want to be bothered. Often a downtown branch is used to do trusts.
Well said. Exactly. That is my experience too. You get sent to like a bigger branch, and you're like, oh hi, and it's easy. So yeah, no problem. But don't put too much stress on it. Like, oh, I'm trying again. Like no. Go get two bank accounts. Be more comfortable. Circle back to Chase. You'll be like this old hat, and it will go well. Like you went for the big one first, and they're like, we know what you're up to, and it's like, do you, or are you just an idiot? Probably the latter. So, uh, and that's my experience. I've been told go to this branch or whatever. So, all right.
Chris is back. He says, yeah, freelancers can be pretty expensive at times. I would be happy to volunteer. And most of the backlink stuff and tricks is organically to get a higher rating with no extra costs.
Fantastic. Chris, thank you. Email Tammy saying this, honestly. Email Tammy. She's the one that's going to put the rubber to the road with that, or the management team. And I'm not part of that part. Like they tell me what's going on, but that's not me. So please email her. Thank you. I'm no expert in that. That's why we hire expertise. So, and it's great to have your expertise. Thank you.
Excellent. Jay is back and he says, I followed an old suggestion by Jack. In my shirt pocket, I had a list of 20 banks in my town because they seem to know many hidden things.
Yeah, that's funny. Make a list of where you're going to get your bank accounts and just go through them. Circle back to the one you really want. Everyone wants Chase at the end. And don't worry about it if it didn't go well the first time. It doesn't count out. No biggie.
Matt's asking, could this trust help someone with immigration issues? Asking for a friend.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You want to get in. You have the trust already. This is a good thing to bring up in the classroom because this is a real issue. You know what I'm saying? The no detainment class, you would want to go look at that class and look at no detainment. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Go check into that. I've been successful with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say the government doesn't exactly like me. I'm like Mr. Question Mark. Like, here's how you make money from the government. Give them money and they give it all to you. Like, I'm like that question mark guy from the 80s or whatever on TV.
He's still around. Bill.
Yeah, so that's what like me, but except for I'm getting you actual money and stuff like that, but anyway, yeah, I'm all about solutions to our real problems, and I've used that to success. Right? They don't like me that much. Why am I here every live? Because you're like, well, he's still there after 15 years. I'll be fine. That's why I'm here. So obviously they can't do anything to me, and they want to, and they've tried a couple times, and here I am, not in the cage, alive, all that kind of stuff. So yes, go watch that course. Good question. And then get in the classroom, right? We have a form, comes to the school. Something's on your mind like that. You don't have to wait till Thursday. You type it in there. Hey, I saw that course. I was on Thursday's show. Here's my question, we can keep going on with this until you succeed, whatever you're talking about, like in there, it's a private forum. So, hey, here you're being cagey about talking about that, which I get it. So just go in there and watch that course, and then we'll chat about it. Okay. All right.
I was talking to a friend about this, wanted to open a trust, and I had a quick question about we do the first name last name trust, and uh is it important if your ID says Timothy P. Judge, and you open a Timothy Judge trust, the initial and stuff like that, is that important, or if
It's very important to leave it out
leave
and
it
not
out?
put any middle anything in there, because when you go to fill out forms, for your trust to get whatever, a bank account, a this, a that, at
Mhm.
the DMV, put a vehicle in and stuff like that. You have to write the name of the trust in the blank spot. You want it as short as possible to fit in every single blank and every
Right.
government form everywhere. So what you need an initial for. There are way more different identifiers. You're like, so people listen, you came into this body with your memory wipe. Quit liking your slave name they gave you so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So
Well,
we
my
have address, we have EIN, you know what
right.
I mean? It's there's a 9-digit number that goes with your person, there's a 9-digit number that goes with your trust. There are so many other identifiers they use that are not your initial. You're just like, people are on the name game, but they check so many other data points to check to see whether your thing is what it is. It's not like somebody else is going to have your trust with your address. You're the only one who lives there with your name, like, and
Right.
on and on like that. So, but I get that question. I'm glad you asked it, because I can't tell you how many times this question comes up.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Thank you. Thank you
Well,
for,
I haven't heard that one in a while, but yeah, somebody was like, "Well, my my ID has two initials in it. He's got two middle names or whatever,
yeah,
and he wants just his first name, last name, trust. Now
yeah.
his ID has these two initials in it. He goes, "Do I have to use the initials in my trust?" And obviously, no, right? So that,
No,
as you explained,
no, just
so
first name, last name, trust. So you're
gotcha.
see how his life becomes so much simpler without a story. Yeah,
Right,
but like, dude, the goal is you hand them the paper, and they hand you a debit card back, and that's
yeah,
it. Here's
yeah,
your checkbook. Off you go on your merry way, or whatever. Here's your application for, it doesn't matter whatever you're filling out. You just want, here's the ID. They go, they don't care about the middle initial. And they, oh, okay, here you go. That's it. That's their whole, like that. You don't want any other thing. You don't want, like, he was asking about, oh, they didn't open the trust or whatever. No, you don't want, you just want, yep, got the debit card, bye. That's it.
right,
No questions, no talking. You're just like looking at your phone or whatever while they're doing this stuff. I bring a book. I
mhm,
read. I like pull out a paper, of a hardback, and I'm just like, "Dude, hey, take your time. I'm cool. I know this takes a while. My God, can't believe how many clicks you got to do this. Thank you so much. Just let me know. Every 10 minutes, like, oh, hey, what about this? After the
right,
click, 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 you're like, a click symphony. Like, you're like, okay, you all. So just be prepared for that. And they don't do trust a lot. So like, oh, this click. Oh, you know, it just
right.
takes a minute.
Scott is saying that in Mexico, they insist on all the names when applying for anything.
Yeah.
But you can use all your names when you're signing it and all that kind of stuff. But you're just saying when you name your trust, you can name it Scott Patton Trust, and not have to add in that his middle name is well, he's in Mexico, so
Well, see, that's proper. Same within
right,
Americas. You have to use all your name here too, pretty
right,
much on your stuff, on official stuff. You don't necessarily always have to, but they have blanks. Like, if it has middle initial, you fill it in. If they have middle name, you fill it in. You do it on a lot of stuff here too.
right,
We're not talking about filling things out for the person,
right,
right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about filling out things for the trust and being
Mhm.
successful with just the plastic.
Right. And he said this has nothing to do with the name of the trust. It's just,
Exactly.
the forms. Um,
I
let's go back. It says,
It has everything to do with the name of the trust. First name, last name, trust, not no middle. Like this has been many times
right.
past because you're asking about, oh, you put it in the middle for filling out personal stuff. Yeah, but that's not what we're having a conversation about. We're having a conversation about giving someone the name of trust. They pick up your piece of plastic, which is your personal. They go, oh, okay, and they just hand it back to you. That's what we're talking about.
Yep. And then that's the forms to get the trust name, first name, last name, trust. End of story.
Bingo.
Right? Short and sweet. I get it. Um, cool. Mike's here, and he said, where would you consider selling gold to get more for your gold? I was currently at Costco, and they were stocked in gold bars as well as silver. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Never, ever, never get any kind of gold or silver except for one kind, and they don't have it at Costco.
Yeah.
For sure, they don't have this. I bet you they don't have this. US minted gold or silver coins only, and truly, I only recommend the US minted gold buffalo only. That's the only one. That's the only coin of any realm I recommend. Silver, whatever. They make 1/10, an ounce. So you can get a tenth of an ounce in a buffalo or whatever. You don't have to get a 1 ounce. You can get smaller, but you could use US minted, silver coins. Fine. So, but never, God. How do you know what's in those
Mm.
bars? You know what I'm saying? My God, you trust Costco? What the hell? No,
Scott
never.
wants to go to the Canadian minted gold coin.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, no, the only thing is, no, I wouldn't do that with like the maple leaf, Like I wouldn't do that. Why? Because you watch the news, right? It's not Canada. Canada didn't go, the news is saying, and Canada bombed the crap out of Iran today. It's like, no, who it was? USA.
Right.
So their bit's gonna get gold, print gold, and if you try and do it, we're gonna murder you. Like, and so I'm serious. I'm serious. They're crazy. They're crazy. Who's more militant, crazy on it? You know what I'm saying? You want your gold to be gold. So that's the crew to give it to you, and I would get it from AppMex. It's just the cheapest way to do it. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I
uh,
showed that website a couple of shows ago.
yeah. Like if you're buying it, I would do that. If you're selling it, I'd sell it locally at a coin dealer, whatever. Don't expect they're not going to pay spot. Probably, maybe I doubt it, but a little under spot. They probably give you that local coin dealer because they can hold it. Check it. They're like US minted. They're like, what it is? That's for sure what it is. And they check it like for this. There's no concern whatsoever. You get top dollar on a US minted gold buffalo, 0.99% pure.
Let's see. Jack, you're you hear private versus public. Is this considering operating in the private when utilizing this trust? And this is Q.
Okay, Q. Boy, I guess there are a few very common questions. So, uh, so let's go through what this is a very common question. I'm happy to handle it again. Uh, Public means one thing. Now we're talking about trusts. We're talking about trusts. That's what we're talking about. Okay. So there's a private trust and there's a public trust. Oh, what's the difference? Okay, a public trust is one created by a publicly licensed agent, like a lawyer. And guess what they're not allowed to give you, first of all, incorporated this trust, but they don't use this trust. They're not allowed to. Their license doesn't allow them to. They're only going to give you a taxable trust. They've got a license. Like they're here to sign you up to, you pay taxes. Uh, That's how they got the license. Say with the CPA, they could get you a trust too, but you got to pay taxes. Why? They get the license, pay taxes. You know what I mean? They're tax collectors. That's not what I'm here to do, right? A private trust, the exact opposite, right? That's one you do not use a licensed agent to create. They have limits. We can only give you this trust. Anyone who's not licensed, right, like that, could give you a trust that you could create yourself. You know what I'm saying? You put your own address in there, your own name, your first name, last name, trust. You go get it notarized. You created this yourself. You have the information. I'm not a CPA. I'm not publicly licensed on purpose. I couldn't do this work if I was. And I copyrighted it. So honestly, I'm the only one that is helping anyone operate in the private, meaning you do it yourself, not with an agent. And it has no other meaning. On the internet, there's a whole bunch of blah, blah, blah about the private and public. That's all fake. That's all 100% fake. The private is there's people. And in finances, you can never own anything. An LLC owns it, a trust owns it, a person owns it. People can't legally own anything, right? People are, not corporate fictions. We're not a person. So that's what when people talk about this, that's actually what they mean. That's what they're trying to understand, which is tough on the ego. You're like, you mean I don't own my house? It's like, no, but it's owned in a taxable entity, and guess what? If you use this trust, it won't be. So, why be taxed on stuff when you don't need to be taxed on stuff? That and it's where's the ownership? Is it a taxable entity that owns it or a non-taxable entity that owns it? That's all it is. So it's about private has nothing to do with all that smoke and mirrors online. Nothing.
Right.
Anyway, I hope that helped. Q. It's been a minute since I answered that one, but I'm definitely over 100 answered that one.
Chris is back and it says also, I was wondering, can you buy land or houses in other countries and put them in a trust, or does it vary by country and citizenship?
The answer is yes to both. Certain countries allow foreigners or let's just say foreign corporations, because that's what your trust is, foreign corporation, to own land in the country. As some countries have rules that don't allow you to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, does it vary by country and citizenship? Yes. But could this trust own land in another country? Yes. The answer is yes. Also, the new information, new courses, I show you how to get a trust from an international location. You could use I won't go into it, but there's different ways to handle your international situation. I have a couple different ways in the courses by using banks and different methods. So, but a lot of it, as far as real estate, is like, they don't allow it. Some countries don't allow it. I don't think India allows it, for example, or they have special rules. They all have special rules. So it's very country specific. But this trust could do it, yes.
Scott's asking, which course has to do with persons in the USA? Jack teased about it a week or two ago. Persons in the
USA. That's funny.
I think Scott's just trying to show off that he watches the shows.
No. I know exactly what you're talking about. He does. And I was talking about getting a person, if you're coming from another country. This isn't the way I taught it. I have a real method to teach it at the school that I put in there. But another method to get a USA person, with whatever, they give you. Okay. So they do it across the Mexico border. You know what I'm saying? You come in on the border, you're like, I need the numbers or whatever. You pay money, and they do the paperwork for you in Arizona. I know at Phoenix, Tucson, Arizona, area like that in the border areas in Arizona, they have places that help you with that. You know what I'm saying? You go in but I don't look the Mexican part, and I don't think you do either, my man. So that's what makes it tough on us. So you can't speak Spanish, So the Canadians, they haven't got the same thing going on up in it. Not that I ever been that far north. My God, I can't believe there's anything north of the U.S. side. It shocks me every time I think about that. I'm like, oh my God, Canada. You're like, ah! In Florida, like, I don't want to go to Georgia. Like, ah! Uh, but no, I did reference that coming to mind when I was living in Arizona and seeing it happen. I'd be like, oh, how do they do that? How can I make that happen? And so I give you the best information I have in the new international course on how to use this trust internationally. It's in there.
Says Canadians are becoming the refugees now.
Yeah, there's one anyway. Not a bad place to be a refugee down in Mexico for a Canadian. There are a lot of Canadians in Mexico. I haven't visited Mexico a lot, but when I've gone, it's like there are a lot of them.
Chris is saying awesome. Thank you. Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Chris, for thinking of us. That's nice of you. Nobody's chiming in over here on Instagram yet. We got a quiet Instagram tonight. Let me. Oh, I'm gonna give you my house update. I was just saying, oh my God, I got. First of all, never get a mortgage. Just don't do it. Save your money. Like, just don't. I'm telling you, I lived in a mobile home for a while. I'd rather have done that, and then briefly I got a mortgage because like I could always get there. This is such a good deal. Finally, I am released for that. The mortgage, I paid it, and so they were in 30 days. They were supposed to give us satisfaction of mortgage and recorded all
Right.
that. 90 days after the 30 days, with my lawyer doing it and hounding them to the ends of the earth, I got the piece of paper and I prayed for that. Can you believe it? Lawyer who charged $170 for them to hound them to Kingdom Come for. I was like a bounty hunter. I was like, girl, way to go. I never want to speak to you again. Thank you so much. Like I am so happy this is terminated on such a happy occasion. But it happened. Hooray. I couldn't believe it was driving me insane, I was like, you want to notice the lead up on your joint down the street, y'all? Like, what's up with you? Well, get it. Nice. You're not feeling well. I'm just saying, like, I'd say tell people, don't lend to people. Don't be lent to. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Even if you pay, they raked me over the coals for so long. It was so funny. Anyway, look at that. It happened. I'm just saying, house update.
And this has to do with your house as well. But here's another question: when you put your primary residence under the trust, you lose homestead exemption. So ultimately, you have to file for the property to be tax free. Is that correct?
No, incorrect. 100% incorrect. It has nothing to do with the entity name that owes it. That is absolutely 100. That is never a factor in it. It's not a factor. It has to do with where you physically, your body spends its time. Homestead. If you physically are there and you meet the rules, if I'm there this many days of the year, that's all it has to do with. It doesn't have to do with anything else. It's like you never read a homestead thing. And that's the same in every state, by the way. That's not like Florida. That's every single state. That's what homestead means. So no. What? No. That's like you never read it. So what was the second part? So ultimately, you'll have to file for the property to be tax free. Yes, you
To
have
make it a parsonage.
Well, yeah, it's not an automatic thing. They don't
Right.
like when the deed changes over to a trust, they don't, investigate your trust as whether it's
Right.
tax free or not. Like what? It's just accounting. You recorded something, you gave notice. It doesn't connect over to the tax department somehow. Now,
Right.
although that has happened in like Missouri. So, but then later they looked at it and negated it. So I say no, but it has happened. That has happened, but that is a very rare event I've heard about, and it can be reversed. So because they're like, wait a second, but that's how good it is. Me telling
Uh,
what trust to use and everything, like, it's a magic wand, and it gets some people there instantly, but that's a very rare thing. I heard of it very rarely.
and Cindy's asking, can you get a tax exemption on a rental property?
No, 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 but you guarantee to go to hell if you rent a property to someone, so it's the exact opposite, absolutely. No, guaranteed you go to hell because you're like a banker, you know what I'm saying? So, no, no, you can't do it. It is like a homestead. The way the other person was just asking about a homestead exemption, right? This exemption that we're talking about is a Christian exemption based on you, right? So it's where you spend time. It's very much like a homestead exemption. You have to live there. That's your main residence, i.e., it's a Christian parsonage, meaning that's your home. You're a Christian. See? So it
Mhm.
is very similar to a homestead exemption. But like in Florida, homestead exemption is like nothing. It certainly doesn't exempt you from real estate taxes. They do the first 50,000 of your home. It's like nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Homestead exemption has basically been removed. Uh, it's not real in Florida. It's fake. So it's like, okay, you knocked off a couple $100 on my thing. That's it, with the fake name of homestead exemption.
Command IQ is going back and double dipping on the rental question. What's the
Yeah.
best strategy for rental property generating income regarding the trust?
Yeah, I think it's a misallocation of resources. So I wouldn't do it. I would be a gold given the time that we're in. I wouldn't do it. It's kind of like my experience with lending. There's so much whiplash with it, backlash, whiplash and backlash from doing it, like me having to wait for this. I wouldn't, whatever, people don't listen to me. Like I already said it. You're like a banker. What you're doing is as evil as a banker is. Hey, homes exist everywhere but slave pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we pay for stuff here? Why? We're Americans, right? So who are we paying to be here in a home? Who are we slaves of? You see? So if you would have stepped your feet into, I'm the master, I'm the slaver here, you accept the karmic punishment for being a slaver. That's the way it is. You want to make people pay for real estate, you're like one of the slavers. It's like, what the worst kind of slaver is? A white slaver, you know what I mean? If you're watching my most favorite movie of all time, right? Django Unchained, Quentin Tarantino. I'm just saying, my favorite movie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
Mike's asking, wait, you go to hell for renting a home. What about buying a home and then selling it? You going to hell too? If you're a flipper?
No, I'm saying if you were renting it to someone else, if we
Right.
have to pay to be in a rental, what? We're just slaves. That's not what I'm talking about. Hey, you have to have a roof. That's not you. That's the one enslaving you and making you pay a rental fee. And they're gonna be like, well, everybody's doing it. Well, that's the problem. You. So sorry if I just say it straight up. Houses cost so much money to upkeep. They're getting lower in value, like it, and they're hard to sell at certain times. Sometimes they take years.
Yeah.
Look, there is a kind of real estate I recommend to invest in, right? Dirt, specifically one kind of dirt, gold, right? Portable dirt, US minted gold dirt, gold buffaloes. You see what I'm saying? Very liquid. We're here to serve, and being a enslaver and putting somebody in a house, that's not service. That's enslavement. So anyway, that's what I have to say about it. Good question.
Beachfront is saying there's some nice dirt too there, or sand rather. You won't need the write-offs any longer, so you can dump the tenants and the toilets.
Yeah, it's not like, yeah, there's no write-offs. It's just like you either make money or you don't make money. So do something else of service to people, not anchoring them as a slave. Hey, slave, where's your money? You're on the street. Like that's what you are. You're a landlord. Like you want to be lord of the land. That's not gonna go well. I was told to do it too. No, when you think about it, it's like that's evil.
But to someone that's their main source of income, if they sell the home and use the money to buy gold, for example, that does not provide them with monthly income they need.
Say, sorry, massa. Stop whipping the slaves and maybe their fucking back won't hurt. You ever think of that, massa? What the fuck? You keep asking. Listen, you don't serve people. Our goal is to serve. You don't serve. You enslave. That's the difference. Do you understand? Yeah, you don't have anything because you ain't doing nothing useful. You're not helping anyone with anything. So you don't deserve to get paid money. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, do something. Be a gleaner. Go drive around with a pickup truck and pick up all the great stuff that the rich people throw away and sell it. That's actually helpful. You know what I mean? Help people, help some way. Be a lawyer, go to school for free, be a head shrinker, be a doctor. Oh my God. Do something for people besides enslave them. This is always what the people with I just don't ready it.
Man saying sorry, just trying to understand.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but this is a common issue because there's so many people that are told this is how you make money. Everything's a lie that's pushed on the internet, right? With millions of views and all this stuff, liar. Every single time.
Mhm.
It's so horrible what they tell us to do. And then what? I'm a victim of it too. I lost all my money in the crash in real
Yeah.
estate. What? I know. In every way, it's bad. There is nothing good about it. Everyone needs a home. And what you're doing is, you're making it more difficult. You're like, oh, don't get yourself a home. I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna make me pay you instead of you having a home. That's what you're saying to do with rental property. That's what they're doing. That's what the In God We Trust. What do you think a hedge fund is? A hedge is a bush for slaves on a plantation, right? The In God We Trust makes money. You pay them your taxes, federal taxes. They take the money, they put it into BlackRock, their subsidiary. They buy houses and rent them. It's like, aren't you the guys that stole it in the first place? And aren't you selling it to us again? Wait, you sold it to us. Now you're buying it back. It's like a stock buyback. You sold us the house. Now you're buying it back with money we gave you. People.
You were talking about bankers. I'll share
People
this one before
right.
we finish. But if you could see this, this came out today from one of the the Fed banks. Unrealized losses are at what appears to be the highest levels. So this, if you can, is this? Yeah, you can see the pointer now, but you can see it's way down here. This is September of '08. You see these losses when we were in this huge recession from back here in '08. The banks were in trouble, because they had all these bad loans and they were playing games. This is what it is right now. So, something is going to break. And this is the report from the Fed. So when the Fed's reporting that all the banks are in trouble, we are in big trouble. So gold is definitely a good idea right now. And
Yeah. Also, people don't understand the timeline. I'm sorry, but you should
yeah,
be over on my church that makes this trust possible. Jesus Christ Trust on net. You actually don't have enough knowledge to make financial decisions only with the information from the school, unless you go read my book, Game of Thrones. You should read it. You should really read it, because your financial decisions are based on information that is incorrect and error. I'm not talking about financial information. I'm talking about the calendar. Like, you misunderstand that you need this real estate for something. You're wrong. You don't. You don't need the income you think. You need the cash now. You're wrong about all that. You're
Mm.
just wrong. You don't understand reality and the timeline and stuff. You just don't. Should really look into it. Yes, Alan. You're making you're getting illiquid at a time you really need to be liquid. You don't want to be in this real estate, because what Tim's saying, all these things coming down the pike, you don't want to be there. I think you'd be like, "Why did it know?" How many years have I been saying this?
Mike wants to know if Game of Souls is going to have a part 2.
It's going to have a part infinity. It will never change. I hope you got that out of that book. Sorry. No changes. No. I wrote the book, and just like the book, time, nothing new under the sun. There will never be a change in reality ever. You will never have a new action or a new thought that has ever been thought before. That will never occur. The ego has a tough time digesting that, and other information. So go digest it.
Your realtor 957 says all the Fed notices are on the screen. How can a double accounting bookkeeping system be broke? Because they're hiding the other side of the ledger that is balanced.
Oh, a newbie. Oh, did you just come out of a butterfly? Oh, you're so cute. God dang, I've never. Has anybody seen one of these butterflies? I thought after the atomic wars, all butterflies were gone. Wow, there is one. Oh my God, you just hatched. That's so cute.
Nothing new under the sun, world without end.
Yeah, thank you, George. But no, that's just what they tell us. Unfortunately, this realtor and you, realtors are very good at negotiating and saying what people need to hear. Keep that up. But inside you, it's good to know what's going on. But no, let me just listen, realtor, please help me with this one thing. Now you have the biggest army on earth. You can bomb who you want, murder who you want. Do what I say. Trump's like, do what I see you. You're eating SpaghettiOs, okay? You're dead in 30 seconds unless you do whatever, right? That's the USA. Okay, that's it. And wait a second. The USA owes $36 trillion. To who? Wouldn't they have killed him?
Yeah.
It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a scam. If you print dollars and you can murder anyone, wherever they are, anytime, how could you owe money? It's a scam. It's a scam. It's not double accounting. It's a total scam. What about Bitcoin? Talk about a double ledger. That's all them. They're just printing money. That's the same crew. Got the same logo, 33. Anyway.
Cindy saying, if you buy the trust, does it include all the courses?
The McCaig Mastery Trust, yes, it does.
Bundle.
Yes, the bundle does. Yes, the bundle does. It includes all the courses if you get the bundle. Yes. And it's out 1997. Can you imagine? Which costs the same as a trust. Yeah. No, that's what I did. That's what I did. You have to get the bundle now. Like if you accidentally only get the trust, we get an email like, hey, we put you in everything. No, can't do that. We have such a deal now. No one can say anything. Also, you can do it payments when you check out. What? It's so easy to get this information. You'll get paid back your money within a couple months, and for the rest of your life, you'll be the smartest individual you'll ever met, and you're still making money. And whatever you look into the future, you're still making money.
Blather Funnel says humanity is not going anywhere or evolving. There's only a very slow evolution of consciousness by very few people.
Yeah, the consciousness is going through the bodies and taking turns playing parts. That's true, George. But yeah, very few people are, knowledge is power. And I am the dream crusher, right? You thought you knew what was going to happen. I crush all your dreams into little sandy pebbles and sand, and then that's your new driveway. But then you can drive out and do what you want because you know what's up. Anyway, get in 1997. It's such a deal. I can't say this is going to go on for long, but I'd rather screw Meta, screw Google. I want you and your family as winners. So get in there and get it before I have to make a change. McCaig Mastery Trust Bundle. Thank you, Tim. Tim Judge in the house. Great to have you, Tim. If you need a realtor, he can help you. We'll be here next Thursday at 7. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. Man.
I wanna end on a very happy note. Share this tab. There she is, right there. Last weekend, my superstar football player who won the state championship in football in the fall played basketball with the team this year, and they won the state championship.
What?
And this is, Connecticut, which is a pretty big state, and she goes to a big high school. So she's an athlete, and I don't have to convince anymore. She's got the rings to prove it.
She's like Deion Sanders. She's like, I did a couple.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. Deion Sanders. He played baseball and football too.
You just reminded me of that one. I'm gonna start calling her Bo now.
This is incredible. This is like that guy who won the Olympics back then. That Indian guy from the USA is like him. It's because it's incredible. What?
Yeah. So very cool stuff.
Football went first, and then she went to bat. What?
Yep. And then she's starting rugby next week. So we'll see. So good stuff. We'll be back again next week when we meet up again next week, Alex. And then that's great. Thank you, Pamela. Appreciate it. It's fun, and I'm happy to share. It makes me very proud.
It's so exciting.
She does. Thank you. So very exciting stuff in Mohegan Sun last weekend. So big stuff, big success. But thank you everyone for all your questions. We'll be back again live on YouTube and on Rumble, and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. And bring a friend next time. There we go.
Thanks.
Good night, John.
Good night, Tim.